Okay, welcome back to the Adventure Within channel. My name is Andrew Fritz. I'm a clairvoyant, healer, and meditation teacher. And today we have an interview. Our guest is Mayumi Pachkoski, and she's a seasoned expert with over 2 decades in the United States beauty industry, specializing in holistic anti-aging skincare and transformative energy healing. She built her Maryland-based salon into a thriving six-figure business as an immigrant with no immediate family or friends. Her work has been featured in over 22 media outlets, including AP News, Yahoo, Finance, Morningstar, ABC, NBC, and Fox News affiliates. A former aesthetics instructor, Mayumi blends Asian and Western skincare techniques with energy healing. Today, she empowers energy healers to build credible, sustainable practices and achieve long-term business growth. Hi, Mayumi. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Andrew. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. So I always ask the same question with most guests I have on the podcast or show, just because I find it fascinating. But when and how did you get into energy work or spirituality?
Okay, that's very interesting. Spirituality, probably from the younger age. I
Mm,
grew up in Japan. So I was
mm,
born, raised in Japan, finished the college, and then I married American husband and moved to United States. So in Japan, intangible energy healing, any aspect of intangible energy area, and then science is beautifully
mm,
marinated and coexisting together. Country's history is closer to 2,700 years
mm,
old, and then energy healing is minimum 2,500 years old
mm,
in Eastern medicine.
mm,
So there is a history. Many people may call, oh, it's ritual, or oh, how do you call the word? I forgot. But oh, you are superstitious. But
ah,
those are kind of nature of the rhythm that we, as a human, understood, and then there. So spirituality is probably earlier area, but as the life goes on, everybody, you're gonna go through the school system,
mm,
you have to persuade the projection of this 3D life. So
mm,
you forget everything. So what will happen is that what happened to me was that how I get into the energy healing was
mm,
um at first, I wasn't even aware what I was doing.
mm,
I'm a holistic esthetician.
mm,
So I opened up my own salon and
mm.
started performing a facial. And then everybody started telling me, Miami, this is not the facial. This is a more than facial. You are healing people.
Mm.
And then I was like, what do you mean? I intention of balancing body, mind, spirit for the person. I really dedicate going to the zone, but it never occurred to me I'm doing something else.
Mm,
And then my client started suggesting to me, oh, you have to put the menu like Reiki facial
mm.
and then price it. I'm like, what is Reiki? I even didn't know what the Reiki was.
Right.
And I thought that, I'm sorry, it's a scam. I thought it's a fake. So my first Reiki class was kind of investigation. What? I'm a native. I never heard of the word of Reiki. I grew up in Japan, spent my first 20 years in Japan, and
Mm,
nobody knows Reiki. In the hospital, people performing a Reiki at the same time? No, 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 no. That never happened to my experience. So these people are fake and scamming
mm,
people. So I'm gonna just go into the workshop and investigate.
mhm.
That
Right.
was my first thing. And then I did my own research. Right now it's very easy to figure out with the Google or AI, but
Mhm,
before I started my business 2008.
mm,
That time was still you have to manually research things.
mhm,
So I went back and researched, and then yes, it was true. So oh, I was
mhm.
wrong. Actually, Reiki has been existing. So I became a believer.
Mm,
And then around the 2019, I stumbled upon the energy healing called quantum touch.
mm.
And then after I learned the quantum touch, all the puzzles start to clicking together.
Ah,
And then I really felt comfortable starting to going to the forefront
Mm,
and putting a menu as I do that energy healing as well. And then on that, after that, everything start to multiple, and then my business became um, somewhat successful.
mm,
I'm an immigrant. I really started from zero. I didn't have any immediate family or friends,
mm,
but my business became success level, the
mm,
minimum success level, six-figure level already. So I
mm,
was like, oh, okay, I can teach people how to do the same because I
mm,
really start to noticing people, especially the energy healing colleague.
mm,
They know that that's the life's calling,
mm-hmm.
but they are unable to do as a full-time career.
Right.
So I decided the different segment. No, I want to teach people this can be a 21st century's career.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to teach how I make it as build as a business.
Ah.
So they can, start building their business and then, fulfilled and they can make this as a tangible career, even though we are working with the intangible things. But science is finally catching up, so this is the
Mm-hmm.
time. So that's how I get evolved. Did I
Ah.
answer the
Yeah.
question well?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, I love that you do that. You know, that you've built something for yourself and then you want to share kind of how to help others do something similar. I'm
Yes.
sure in their own way, but yeah, I'm sure there's a plenty of energy workers and healers that want to have their own, business and have success with that. So that's wonderful. I'm happy that you do that. Um, I'd like to step a little further back. You mentioned that your clients were noticing that there was something more than just a facial was happening, right? You know, that
Mhm.
they sensed
Yes.
something else. What did they sense, or what were they saying to you, or their feedback, where they were like, "Hey, I think there's something more here that's happening," that led you to kind of
Mhm.
investigate that. What did they say?
Yes, many people have said that I really fully relaxed.
Mm.
And I feel that my soul has been cleansed. That's what
Ah,
they started telling me.
yeah.
And then it's like, oh, okay, that's good. I do the different techniques, and then some people are, I don't remember after you put your hand on my head,
Mm.
after I cleansed the face, and after that, I passed out. And then by the time I wake up, it is finishing a facial. I don't know what has happened, but I was in somewhere else besides here.
Ah.
Those are things my clients started telling me. So I was like, okay.
Very cool. And then so when you started to, because you said, you weren't really you're kind of skeptic at first, right?
Yes.
You had to
Mhm,
investigate this, and
mhm.
you started to investigate and lean into this, and you found kind of your truth with it. Was there any issues or struggle with um, like family or friends or just other people understanding this change in you, or what you're started to getting
Uh,
into?
yes, my Japanese side of the families are not at all. My brothers are also intuitive too.
Oh,
So
cool.
I don't know if they fully knows or not because I don't talk about, not I'm not hiding from it or anything
Mm,
like that, but they
sure.
already know, probably post from my Facebook or anything like that. But
Yeah.
my husband, myself, there is a very interesting things happens, and
Hmm.
everybody has you like a header, and then both of you are
Hmm.
spiritually understanding each other, and
Hmm.
then uh, working as a cohesive unit of the family.
Yeah.
My case is my husband even don't believe the energy healing.
Ah. Hmm.
Yes,
Got
so it's very interesting. My husband is like, do people pay you? He he cannot believe. So in the beginning, it was really sticking on me.
Hmm.
Whenever he teased me like, "Oh, quantum energy, you're gonna do
Ah.
something," he said teasing. It's like
Sure.
but I was like, okay, maybe my this lifetime work is that I'm not convincing how he becomes as a person.
R-
Maybe this the making. So I just have to accept, how his journey will be. But we are really being nicely together. Our family is a really good unit of the family.
hmm
So what I started doing that is I don't try to convince people.
Right.
People don't understand. What I did at my house for my husband case is I start doing lots of remote healing from home.
Ah.
And then home energy and everything start to elevate and goes to the higher vibration all the time. I
hmm
come home, it's like, oh, I have an evening session. Today is from Europe or
mm
Australia or Japan. And then he started thinking, okay, somebody is paying for it. It's funny. And then
hmm
at the same time doing the work, it's gonna start to elevate the vibration. What happens with that, energy? As you know,
hmm
everybody's gonna start to organically entrain to the higher vibration, right? So
Right.
their life start to just organically go into the happier state.
hmm
So, wow, I got, more promotion or I'm getting more income at the
hmm
job or recognized or whatever. So when people in a happier state, they don't pick others.
hmm
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
you are in a happy state. So
Right.
basically, you don't tease others or make fun of people.
Sure.
So he started not to do as much. At the
Mm.
same time, I bring income to the family. And then this
Right.
is the, matter of the fact, like, oh, people really ask for remote healing. So he started to realize even he doesn't believe, that doesn't mean that all the other, people in the world in the same page with him. So
Right,
he
right,
had to like, oh, somebody is willing to pay for it and they are happy. So that's not my business. So he started
right.
to leave me alone. Uh-huh.
Got it. Got it.
Yes. So yeah,
Yeah.
other people, if they are not aware, I don't even talk about it. And
hmm
people they know just comes to me. And it's very interesting that Andrew, many people ask me,
mm
oh, other people ask me energy healing like witchcraft
Ah, yeah.
or it is a cult.
Right.
And then I'm just saying, if you're trying to convince those people coming to you, then it's gonna become cultish because it's already they are predetermined. I'm not believing what you believe, and
Right.
it's just butt heads together. So it's not the our job is just to find the people who needs our work
Right. That are
and
ready
then
for it.
make my yes happy. That's it. Don't try to go there. Don't pay attention. Don't try to convince people. It's like a religion. People
Right.
not gonna convert to the other side that easily. So just leave it alone. And
Right.
I don't pay attention those type of yes people who doesn't believe. That's okay. Mhm.
Yeah. It is okay. Yeah, I agree with that a lot because I've found
Mhm.
that I just kind of give up on the try to explain it or try to convince it. You just kind of
Right.
realize whoever's ready for it, they'll have it for
Yes.
themselves. And because
Hmm.
I found that they really have to experience it. That's when they
Right.
go, oh wow, there's something to this. Otherwise, you just
Hmm.
it might not feel real to them, and they might still be skeptical. So I get that. I like that.
Yes, yeah, I agree with you. And people are not, people are so funny. People, for example, always say that, oh, I felt a bad vibe from this person. Yeah,
Mm.
already you are feeling that energy.
Right.
You are saying it, but you are not believing it as an energy, but you are already somewhere. The sensory system is telling you a truth and you're picking up on it. So that's energy. You're
hmm
feeling energy.
Sure.
Yes. Everybody is just, not paying attention. That's my
Right.
opinion. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know you mentioned you're an energy healer. You just kind of
Hmm.
touched on what sounds like clairsentience. Yeah, that ability to feel
Hmm.
energy. I think that's the most relatable ability for most people. They might not call it like a psychic or soul ability, but I think they can kind of
Hmm.
relate to that more than some of the other abilities. Um,
Hmm.
in addition to the energy work and healing, do you explore other abilities such as like clairsentience or any type of other levels of intuition? Is that something that you notice or focus on for
Um,
yourself, or?
mm, no, not at this point.
Mm,
Yeah, my mentor said that you can develop the other
mm,
level of the senses.
right.
But it doesn't occur to me yet.
Mhm.
So I'm probably okay with what I have
Sure.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, then with the energy healing, I know you kind of mentioned some of the
Mhm,
things that the clients were noticing
mhm,
in the early or the beginning process with the
mhm,
business. For someone that doesn't understand or know what energy healing is, could you
mhm.
explain maybe what that is and maybe some of the benefits of having an energy healing?
Yes. So in Eastern way, Chinese people called energy life force as chi. We
Hmm.
Japanese called ki. So in our body system and then outside of the field also, our energy is always nicely flowing.
Mm,
Then we don't have any disharmony
mm,
or dis-ease,
ah,
However, when the blockage is somewhere start happening and body gonna start sending you a message as a discomfort or pain.
mm,
So what the basically energy healing do is the make a flow of chi, the
mm,
key energy flow nicely better. When everything, your energy flowing nicely, what happens is that your body will be healthy
mm,
and no discomfort. So life doesn't have a discomfort either. Your life in general flows better.
hmm,
And many cases, yes, well, for the abundance too.
mm,
And many people, yes, quantum touch energy healing founder Richard Gordon says that for the people comes for mainly three reasons for the energy healing.
mm,
One is for the health,
ah,
and one is for relationship with the people, either
mm,
directly love relationship or family or colleagues or something like that. And
hmm,
then other thing is abundance. So success, maybe wealth or something like that. And
yeah,
then that, yes, that's the people mainly comes for the reason they are hitting the wall, for instance, career wise. They are trying to push it through, but something is not letting it go through this wall.
right.
And then just receiving the energy healing, and then when your energy start to flow really nicely, all of
Mm.
a sudden, like a crack happens the wall, and then oh, I could go to the next level. Or
Mm,
all of a sudden, after the session, energy flows freely, and the perception
mm,
of the human relationship change. So, if somebody having a difficulty relating with another person, all of a sudden that my client's perception towards this person
hmm,
may shift, and also interestingly, other parties' uh, perception seems to be changed too. So
mm,
their working relationship, whatever goes out smoothly.
ah,
And I had the client, yes, purchased the real estate. I had client sold the house, couldn't sold almost a year. So
ah,
many things. Energy healing can be applicable for many different ways. Just flows, life,
hmm.
easier, happier, better. That's my yes saying
I
about the
like
energy
that.
healing.
That seems very simple and powerful at the same time. It's just a matter of, it sounds like having, you know, we're our own energy just in movement and flow instead of getting slowed down or blocked. Um,
Yes.
that's cool. And I'm sure it's a lot of fun to hear from your clients say, hey, like you just said, I just sold the house and it took us a while and now I can finally do that because of the healing
Mm-hmm.
shifted something. Um, I'm curious as maybe with yourself or if other energy healers that you maybe have know or work with before or took classes
Mm-hmm.
with, do you notice that when you're giving a healing, with your clients and people you work with, do you feel like you're having a healing process for yourself? Do you notice like any shifts within your own self, even after, even though the healing's about the other person, but something's changing within you simultaneously? Does that make sense? Or
Yes, not all the time.
Mhm.
Sometimes I may notice it later. Could be a subtle change and I didn't notice around that time.
Right.
But yes, I know that every time we use the energy, um, we are also utilizing that energy
Right.
to become the better version of ourselves.
I see. Yeah. Got it.
Mhm.
And then you mentioned quantum touch. Is that just a style of energy healing or a modality? Like what?
Yeah, it is a modality,
Okay.
yes, but it's very versatile. I
Mm.
really like it. There is no limit
Mm.
that you cannot utilize, combine with, for instance, Reiki or different
Ah.
modalities. There is no like limit. Of course, the curriculum itself has the little bit more structured way,
Hmm.
but it's a quantum field. So the more you can take out the limit from your head, the
Hmm.
more your possibility, everything gonna start to harness. So it's really
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So you mentioned in the beginning that you work with, I guess, people that do what you do, like energy work and healing, and maybe they want to start their business or maybe take it further to a next step. Um,
Yes.
what are, I guess, what are some common blockages maybe that people that are just starting or want to kind of take to the next level with their business? What are some common limitations or blockages they might run into, and then they come to you and go, "Oh, I need some help here."
Yes. The first is building a credibility.
Mm,
I think this is the most building a credibility, meaning is that people don't understand the energy healing, the mechanism, everything, all the things. So
hmm.
people don't know how to explain what they do
Right.
as an energy healer. And it's understandable. I noticed that in Western, from the Europe to this Western culture, there was the time of the witch hunt prosecution.
Right. Right.
So something intangible work, if you are doing it, witchcraft, it's a bad things. People got, go on a stake, burned alive, or,
Right.
bad image that history was there. So many people immediately connect with, oh, something you are doing not supposed to be doing.
Right.
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 So I can feel the hesitant to break through that mold and then openly say, oh, I'm doing energy healing. But
Mm,
I came from the Eastern culture and
hmm.
then Asian culture. It's much more in depth and longer history.
Hmm.
And we didn't have that type of prosecution time
Mm,
regarding energy healing. So
hmm.
people are very open, more
Mm.
accepting, uh, and in Japan, many of the CEO have the spiritual counselor or healer as a part of the advisor.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know
Yes,
that.
they are not gonna say it like, oh, I have, but many people do. So
Ah.
I started, talking to them. It, your belief is not the real.
Ah. Hmm.
So you don't have to believing in that way. So
Hmm.
credibility, what they are doing, is not even scientific. And then I would say science is finally catching up.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
everything is understood by science.
Hmm.
So but right now is a great time. There are some studies that you can really show to the people too,
Hmm.
so build a confidence.
Mm,
That's one of the things that people having a difficulty. I don't know how to address what I do as a profession. I
hmm.
don't know how to explain people. And then other thing is that how to do the pricing.
Oh, yeah.
And many people are, well, this is a spiritual work and this is a service, Mayumi. So I don't want to charge too much
Right.
because my some of the client may not be able to afford my service. And
Hmm.
then I tell people, oh, nobody works for free,
Right.
right?
Yep.
And you have to remember, this is a career.
Hmm.
always exchange of the monetary fashion with your value.
Yeah.
So nothing is bad about accepting money. So
Right.
people have a relationship with money problems.
Hmm.
Yeah, simpler terms. So I work with them and I always tell them the business component is this is business.
Hmm.
So business is for profit.
Hmm.
And if you don't want to earn money, that's called a non-profit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's not going to be a career. But
Hmm.
if you do your business and then you have abundance, what you can do is that you can create the event even once or twice a year for free
Right.
to whom cannot afford.
Hmm.
That is much faster path than survival mode or donation base or something like that. Donation is not the business.
Right. Right.
It's not a charity. So that kind of mind, set these are major two
Hmm.
of the obstacles that I see. Even the
Mm.
more seasoned energy healers,
Mm.
they feel bad about receiving money. So always some kind of money relationship from the upbringing or something else. Or
Mm.
somebody said, one time somebody told me that, people should, who are doing the healing work and
Mm.
spiritual work, they shouldn't be charging. They
Ye-
shouldn't be earning money. And I told that person, no, that's your belief system, not mine.
right. Yeah.
Just it's like people trying to tell you it's their perception, but again, nobody works for free. If we
Right.
are receiving something, donation from somewhere, if it's a grant from the government, then from the taxpayers,
Hmm.
somebody's always paying for it.
Right.
So you rather get used to it, earning money and accepting it. Yes.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, I've ran into the same thing. I've sat down with people and I've heard that where, oh, they might be open to spiritual stuff, but as far as it, we shouldn't be paying money for those type of services. And I was like, I don't know if I really, I'll let you believe that, but I'm not going to necessarily be in agreement with that because I think it's certainly
Mhm.
definitely okay to earn an income and because this is
Right.
something I think highly valuable. It's I value
Yes.
this. I'm sure you do, obviously, and I'm sure
Yes.
there's many people in the world that go,
Mhm.
"Wow, this is really amazing stuff." So,
Mhm.
um, so yeah, okay. So those are I can definitely understand those blockages or limitations. What are
Mhm.
some tips you might offer the audience of how to maybe work through those so they can kind of if there's someone that's listening, like I really want to have an energy healing business or take the next level. What are some tips you might have to help them move forward? Um,
Uh, yes. Okay. The first thing is that I have a 12 weeks program. It's called the
mhm,
Mayumi method.
mhm,
That would be great if you are ready.
mhm,
I combined not only integrating learning a business part of it,
mhm,
how to pricing, how to more branding yourself
mhm,
and finding your niche, meaning that everybody has the different flavor of energy healing.
mhm,
So, Andrea, yourself and
yep,
even your wife Heather
mhm,
may have a similarity, but totally probably different type of services you offer. So
mhm.
each one of us have a different flavor,
Right.
and everybody can have plenty of clients. No fighting over. It's really, 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 really big marketing thing.
Mhm,
I mean, yes, field that people are willing to invest.
mhm,
So, um, branding.
mm,
What is your niche? And right pricing,
mhm,
and then how to present yourself, and also how to um, communicate with clients well.
right.
Yes, because this is another thing that we learn the energy work modality by ourselves, but there is no real mentor that overseeing you, you don't do like a shadow work, like a hospital's new doctor will be doing. Or
Right.
I'm a esthetician. I taught a very good aesthetic school. It's closed now because founder has retired. Um,
Mm.
and I used to teach there. There is a
Ah.
theory segment, but I always have the practical segment that we're gonna invite from the public, very
Mm.
cheap pricing, and
Yeah.
those people are aware that these students are not even licensed yet. They are learning.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're going to waive everything and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
receive the, cheaper pricing. And then
Mm-hmm.
they walk through and I observe and then I will, advise them
Mm-hmm.
or what kind of, consultation this person could receive next time or
Right.
what you did today, okay, maybe next time you can say this type of work, shadow work, and you really gain the confidence and experience, and
Mm.
you can start to framing your own work to communicate with your clients.
Right.
These are totally not done. Majority of the people are just trying to figure out your own way, right?
Yeah.
So I would teach, if I were you, you can say like this.
Mm-hmm.
But this is not the definite. You can change into your own sentences.
Right.
But main point is you want to make sure if the clients needs to come back because not everybody gonna finish only one session. So
Mm-hmm.
you need to really articulate. It may take 3 months to see the difference. Then you need to honestly
Mm.
say it with the assertiveness
Mm-hmm.
like a doctor. Why
Yeah.
say doctor
Yeah.
not gonna tell you, right? So those type of things I will teach
Mm.
in a 12 weeks course. Mhm. But there is the booking segment, the 30-minute
Mm.
transformative session.
Ah.
It
Mm-hmm.
is that is for free. So if you have a question, you really don't know where to start or anything like that, that session is on my website, ask Mayumi.
Mm-hmm.
So AskMayumi.com.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is a let's talk book a call button. So you can just go in there and then just fill in what is, holding you back
Uh-huh.
or a question. And then start getting, I can answer probably a few questions.
Sure,
Mhm.
sure. That's great. Yeah, I think that's really important because, I've been through more spiritual trainings and, I'm sure many
Mhm.
people else have as well. And then, yeah, it's like, how do you obviously want to make money out of it if you're very passionate about it, and then having the tools for that, like you said, how
Yes,
how to communicate with the people or how to set your business up or run it. There's a lot of things that you wouldn't really initially think of, and you're like, whoa, there's a lot to this actually to make it, really
right.
successful.
Mhm.
Um, so I like that.
Yes,
Yeah, that you do
yes.
that.
Especially currently, there is the almost a separation. People may go into the more spiritual learning or the energy work modality,
Hmm.
and there are lots of instructors and very talented people there.
Yeah.
However, on the business side, there are regular. I don't mean bad. Regular business coaching people doesn't know this industry at all.
Oh, right, right.
So when, I had the colleague told me that, oh, your service is great because I have a difficulty with the different business coaching. They don't understand my work.
Yeah.
And then the things that they tell me with the numbers, revenues, and so forth, it doesn't click
Yeah.
uh, to the work. I mean, the almost she felt that she had to persuade more greed
Hmm.
than
Ah.
spiritual fulfillment. So there is a missing component is there. So I'm the one that if I see something and if that person is okay with it, I will also do the energy healing and then break that,
Ah.
through the mental blockage, but also business skills I
Mm.
will teach. But everybody is very, very different. So
Hmm.
I have to see, and then, oh, this person is, for instance, in the beginning, then I need to create the foundation
Mm.
for this person. And then
Right.
he or she can really start getting there. Some of the people already established,
Right.
but kind of plateaued. And
Yeah.
oh, she needs to scale up. She needs to rebrand.
Hmm.
And she can go to the maybe next level
Yeah.
and so forth. So everybody's different. So I will I'm the person fitting in those both needs. So
Mm.
I think that this is probably many people are already doing it, but
Hmm.
my way of the Mayumi method is very fluid.
Hmm.
So I really customize to the individuals. It doesn't have to be, oh, this is the course, and even it suits you or not, you have to go through this. It's
Yeah.
not like that. Mhm.
Okay. Good, good,
Yes.
good.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you mentioned how people connect with you and if they want to get in touch with you or take that that program. And then do you have anything that we didn't touch on, a certain topic or any kind of message that you want to share with the audience?
Ah,
It's okay if you don't, but I always
mm.
like to just leave it open if there's
Yes,
something I'm missing.
yes. Energy work can become a really flourishing career
Mm,
for this 21st century.
mm-hmm,
So if you want to do it, oh, but I'm, somewhat satisfied. I would like to do this for fun on the weekend. That's totally fine.
mm,
But inside of you, it's really, really talking, no, that's not my truth.
mm.
I'm compromising myself. I'm not
Right,
fulfilled.
right,
I really love this work and then I would love to do it in full time.
right.
Yes, there is a big possibility and there are so many people done it.
Yeah.
So if you have that doubt, don't doubt it.
Ah,
Yes,
I like
life is
that.
fluid. Mhm. So
Yeah.
anything you want to, you really can make it happen.
I like that. That's a great message. I guess I just because you just mentioned that, I just want to bring this up because it is a big thing. Going from maybe what you're expected in life, I'm sure
Mhm.
there's pressures from family or society or
Yes.
friends. We have these expectation of, hey, this is how you should be or what you should be doing in your life. And you said sometimes we have that inner sense of, I really need to be doing this and that to go from the breaking away from other people's expectations to really getting into that space of, hey, no, I can really be myself. I can really do this energy healing and have
Mhm.
success with this. Um, Whether for yourself or again the people that you've worked with or just that kind of the in between. Sometimes it's
Mhm.
kind of that scary unknown space. What would you is there anything you would speak to that as far as kind of the transition, kind of moving away from the old to the new?
Yes.
Yeah.
Many people who are in a transition, I always even tell my clients, teaching when I have the energy healing, this business coaching clients, now you are shifting.
Hmm.
And I'm just letting you know, even your colleague or some of the people, you are vibrational frequency has been shifted. So
Right.
you're going to start attracting a new environment,
Mm.
new friendship, new relationship.
Mm.
And some of the people may leave or you don't even have any trying to separate from it, but just to start to get distance and then you don't correspond like before.
Right.
That's completely normal. Don't be
Mm.
afraid.
Right.
Unforeseen is an adventure. This is the life that I truly believe we set up before we are born. But
Mm.
we don't want to cheat it, right? So by the time we are born, everything has like amnesia, like a Susan.
Uh-huh.
We forget about it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I say everything in life, we already determined. No, we can go through this. That's why we are setting up. So don't be afraid.
Mm.
Everything can be happy. And I truly believe that happily ever after life is possible.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's not going to be rosy. You may have a little, like a stumble
Sure.
here and there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. But nobody just falls down and cry and then forever just laying down. You're gonna eventually pick up yourself and then go on, right?
Hmm.
So don't worry about it. You may have a fear, but just keep on trusting in that. You will
Right.
meet new people. And then 10 years later, those old people may come back in your circle again because it
Mm.
happened to me.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's don't engage into the fear, just the possibility. What is your imagination of the outcome? That's
Right.
it. I want the people to focus on.
Right. That's perfect. That's great. I think that's a perfect place to leave it. That was really well put and well said. Yeah, I just want to thank you for your time for coming on the show and being here and being yourself and sharing kind of your wisdom with all this. So I'll make sure in the description below, whether it's on Spotify or YouTube, I'll leave your links that you brought up earlier, so they can easily connect with you and learn more about
Mhm.
you. But I just want to say thank you for your time and your energy here today.
Thank you so much, Andrew.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's very great. Yes, thank you so much.
Definitely. Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Adventure Within podcast. We'll see you next time. Take care.